Hey, welcome to Men on Empire. This is our weekly recap of the Empire hit show on Fox. From a male perspective, in Washington, D.C. is Troy Johnson. In New York City is Mark Clark. I'm Tony Scott in Dallas, Texas. And the episode was called "The Devils Are Here." Boy, talk about it hitting the nail on the head.
That's the truth.
So the show opens up with the Free Lucius concert. And boy, there were a lot of people there, man. Everybody they free Lucius. Never mind the fact that he's actually guilty of killing, what was his name?
Oh, God. I can't think
Pookie or whatever his name was. Yeah. He was guilty of killing. He's guilty of killing. He shot him. We saw him shoot him. He's guilty, but they're like, free Lucius. We don't care. Free Lucius. But they don't know. So
Hakeem how is he the light of wisdom?
I don't know.
Grandma, how we doing a concert?
You know?
No, he did it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Shut up.
Was it Bunky? Did he kill Bunky?
Bunky.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. Bunky. Yes. Yeah. That was going to bother you, huh?
Yes. It's going to haunt me in my dreams.
Yes. So my first question is, why is Lucius like a tampon?
He's a bloodsucker.
Oh, okay. Why don't you just say that?
Yeah.
Why? I'm like, damn, why is she a tampon? Because everybody, I was hosting a premiere watch party for Empire for the season premiere, and when she said that, everybody's like, tampon? What is that? You could hear the people in the tampon. What is tampon? What is that? What, you know? I was like, what does that mean? So
back that order of red beans and rice. I don't want it anymore.
Jamal told Cookie she needs to go see Lucius in jail, and of course, Cookie's like, he ain't come see me. I was locked up 17 years. He ain't come see me one time. Well, I gotta go see him. Which, point taken. That's a good, because even Jamal was like, yeah, you're right. You're right, Ma. So but Cookie in the gorilla suit.
Huh?
What was that? Well,
I gotta give it to your man Lee Daniels. He pushes everybody's button, right?
Yeah.
A gorilla suit. That's gonna already can hear. Tavis Smiley, and all the black Twitter. It's like you just go, oh, here we go.
He set us back 20 years, man.
I know, a gorilla suit, and then she had that outfit underneath the gorilla suit that was hot.
Yeah.
So I was just I had kind of a weird feeling going on. On one hand, it was a gorilla. On the other hand, it was side boob from Cookie. I didn't know what to do.
But
I didn't know if to grab some lotion or
could grab a banana.
Call Jim from Wild Kingdom. I didn't know what to do.
Everybody liked Cookie's outfit except for Leon Talley, whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said Gucci.
Who had on the biggest Tom Ford outfit ever created.
Yeah.
So big, the gorilla couldn't even fit it. It's too big for the gorilla.
That was a Tom Ford deuce and a quarter is what that was. So that's like kind of how that happened. But
shout out to Kumo D's glasses, which he had on.
Yeah. Kumo D can't get on, but his glasses made the cut on the show. So yeah. So Cookie dissed Al Sharpton, man. He was like saying, "I love what you're doing here with the whole thing," and she goes, "Can you help Lucius?" He was like, "Man, I hear some bad things about Lucius. I got to stay away." She was like, "Mm-hmm." and he did the typical when I got this thing, he just kind of kept talking until it went down to a mumble. Yeah, but I think I can.
But that playing off, the optics are wrong.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, he missed that whole thing, man. He missed the whole thing. And then Don Lemon made an appearance.
Yes.
And then now Ferguson's a joke now. Is that what that is, man? Because Portia was like, I don't like the way you did what you did. What did she call it, Peterson? I don't like what you did in Peterson.
Yes.
And I was like, and he was like, Peterson. And then Cookie was like, it's Ferguson, Portia. Man. So Ferguson's a joke now, where it's a punchline now? Is that the deal?
Calm down, Tony. We all love St. Louis and Ferguson. Calm down. That's what I like to. Tony gonna die for a city. Go ahead, player.
I gotta say though, it's interesting how they put all this together, because to me, this whole scene looked like they merged this concert stuff from what they did this summer on promotional tours to build up to Empire.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
yeah.
that was. I mean, the way the whole show is put together with the soundtrack. Now you got these live events that they're actually filming for parts of the show.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
And,
good look.
And on the stage we have Alicia Keys' husband.
Yeah, Swiss Beats.
And I'm sorry. You know, I am in New York, and I'm sure I'm going to catch a loss for this. But who was the legendary rapper? Does anybody know?
I was going to yield to you guys because I don't know.
Troy, it's all on you, buddy.
See, Mark, your ass. So you gonna put us all on blast?
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, before we started the show.
For some reason, I want to say it was Lord Jamar, but I don't know who that is.
Okay.
No, I don't.
I've never.
Damn, Mark, I could have.
Lord
But
Jamar.
Troy, here's the difference. I did put us on blast, but I'm the one that will have to face the brother when I see him on the 6 train tomorrow. So there we go. Okay.
All right. Point taken.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see Mr. C later on today. Okay, so
It's like
okay, gotcha.
So Lucius is watching this concert from the jail on the big screen, high definition TV. I mean, the big plasma, giant 72-inch TV in jail. He's in jail watching it on TV.
Man, come on, man. There ain't no jail. Ain't no jail in this country that has a TV like that.
I was like, man, okay. First,
I don't know, y'all. Rikers got big screens. No disrespect.
Yeah. Well, we turn the page and Mimi is in the house. Mm-hmm. Mimi is married to Daddy Warbucks, and Lucius sees Cookie talking to Mimi on TV, and he's wondering who's this person? He don't even know the woman's name. He's like, who is she talking to? Right. And then
they were doing a little bit more than just talking.
Well, at that point at the concert, they were talking.
Well, Mimi was trying to,
Yeah, she was making her. She was laying the foundation to make her move.
That's right.
So, but we move on down the road a little bit because we'll come back to that. And Frank Gathers has checked into the is it jail or prison? He's checked into one of whatever he's checked in. And Frank Gathers is Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. And see, maybe it's me, but I just can't see Chris Rock doing anything dramatic. Yo, Duke! I just can't picture that. But it's me. It's my limits. Me putting him in a box. So that's a fault of mine.
Yeah. Think back to New Jack City.
Yeah, but that was...
He was smoking that crack. He was dramatic as hell.
That was over the top, though. That movie was, but I don't know.
Pookie? You questioning Pookie?
So Jamal goes to see Lucius, and he gets his orders from Lucius, because Lucius is still running Empire. Not a surprise at all. From jail, he's running Empire. And he tells Jamal, your mama ain't come see me. And, Jamal's like, really? Seriously? Right. Are you serious? Did that seriously just come out your mouth, man? Seriously? Really? Come on, man. And then Lucius says, who's this white woman she was talking to? Who's this woman she was talking to? And Jamal has no idea. He doesn't know, and he says, well, you need to find out who that was. And so that's how that visit goes. So Frank has to sit. Go ahead, Mark.
You know what? And I will say the funny thing about, how these TV shows are just fiction. It's not real life. My friends who are business people and entrepreneurs, mm-hmm. They're very much like Lucius, always checking out who somebody's interacting with, and what's going on.
Yeah, who else is in the room?
And not notice anything, but they are always looking at the deal. Like, okay, what's up? Who's that? Who's he talking to? Mm-hmm. So I said that part is pretty accurate.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. So
I thought it was interesting, by the way, since we're talking about this interaction between Jamal and Lucius. Lucius is in Jamal's ear big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He almost regurgitating the kind of the orders that Lucius is giving him.
Right.
Not so much, that a little behind the scene. He's not so much running Empire strictly on his own.
Oh, no.
He's getting a lot from his dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his dad handed the reins over to him specifically, so.
I like what he said.
Huh?
I like what he said. I got to go see that man.
Yeah. Yeah. So Frank sits down with Jamil. This is Cookie's cousin, right? Mm-hmm. And he wants to know some things. And boy, Jamil, man. How would you like to get that? I mean, the guy who plays Jamil, is that somebody he looks familiar? I just couldn't.
Yeah, comedian. He's funny. I'm blank right now.
Okay.
He's funny.
All right. Well, so I noticed at this party that they throw for Mimi that you can see she has her eye when she sees Boo Boo Kitty. She has her eye on her.
Man.
Although Although Mimi doesn't really know her name and doesn't really care to know because she calls her Anita. Let's dance. Dan, would you dance with me, Anita? And she's like, oh no, no. And then Cookie says, dance with her, Anita.
And take the damn sweater off.
And take that sweater off. And she starts to get into it, right? Shaking that little narrow ass she got.
Hey, Tony. Hey, that sweater dress had 2 pork roasts under it. Why you playing? You need to rewind that.
I don't know, man. I was like, I wouldn't.
It didn't work for you?
It didn't work for me at all, man.
Yeah. Well.
So Jamil gets on the phone and
it worked. It worked, buddy.
Yeah, it did work. He warns Cookie about Frank. Like, Frank's coming for us all. You need to get me some protection up in here because Frank is figuring things out about what you did and all that. And the funny thing is that as much as we as fans of the show, we like Cookie and we like Lucius, but one's a snitch and the other one's a murderer, and yet we hold him in high regard. What is that?
Hey man, they some shady ass people.
Yeah,
real. They are shady.
Well, but we can all relate.
Well, I guess so.
Is that what it is?
Well, I ain't never murdered nobody.
Yeah, me either.
Not that I know of.
Tony.
Wait a minute.
Troy, come on, Tony.
No, stop. So
Come on.
Lucius,
Texas.
Lucius meets with the prosecutor, who is Doughboy's mother from Boys in the Hood.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
That's the second unbelievable moment. Not the fact that she was Doughboy's mother in another movie that has nothing to do with Empire, but what federal prosecutor who wants to be the attorney general walks into there with her boobs out like that?
Boy, I tell you.
Come on, man.
Maybe it should happen more often.
Come on. I wasn't buying that. It was attractive as it was.
Hey, she came to lay down the law.
But you know what? Lucius wasn't having it, man.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't having it. He said, you're a black bitch in cheap shoes. I was like, damn. And why is it that she had to point out the fact that they're actually Tom Ford shoes?
I wish we were going to see them. That's all that was missing. Like, showed them off. That would have been like, hey, Tom Ford.
So Jamal has his meeting with the LGBT camp in his office, and Lil Sylvester's up there singing Mighty Real, You Make Me Feel Mighty Real.
Yeah.
And then he suggests a duet with Jamal, and Jamal kind of like tries to table the conversation, but dude says, don't be shady.
A gay man making another gay man feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is that about?
I don't know. But
Man.
he was not feeling it. He
No.
was not, it's too much.
No.
I don't like all that extra stuff.
And so the moment has come where Cookie and Andre and Hakeem come into the board meeting and announce that the takeover is going down.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's going to happen. Yeah. And Jamal turns the tables on them because Mimi, who they thought had put $200 million for them to take over the company, apparently she changed her mind and made a deal with Lucius. And Cookie tells Boo Boo Kitty, I thought I told you to sleep with her. And she says, I did. And this is the line of the night.
Yes.
You can't even dyke right.
Yeah, that was the line of the night.
That was the line of the night, man. I was like, damn. That's what I was like. Wow. And then Lucia shows up on Skype from prison on the big screen, man. I was like, there's another unbelievable moment right there. But okay, it's TV. I get it.
That's an homage. That was an homage to NWA.
So Frank has Jamil on the hot seat, and Jamil tells Frank it was Cookie that snitched on Frank. Right? And Frank didn't want to believe it. Because as far as he was concerned, Cookie, she's down, right? She's real cool and everything. But then he thinks about it and he's like, damn.
Now this is where, like you said, the Chris Rock The only thing Chris Rock did wrong, and he's always kind of has a shaky, has a disjointed physical thing. Ever notice that kind of he's almost uncoordinated, like, you know? And so when you're the killer gangster and you're eating the steak, there's a certain rhythm, you know what I mean? You got to slice, first of all, you got to have the proper utensils in the proper hands, which I don't know if he did or not.
Okay.
No, he did kind of.
He was kind of shaky with it.
Wrong way.
Normally Troy's a foodie. Normally this is the point where he sears through that steak. He puts that steak, it's a strong food moment.
Yeah.
Chris Rock was kind of like, it was it really, but then on the flip side, I guess maybe that was the twist.
No, you know what he needed to do, Mark? This is a sidebar, because remember years ago when we worked together and we went to that dinner at John Lynch?
Yes.
And he went to dinner, but they had just taken over his company and they just kept him on, and he was drunk and he was cutting that prime rib, and he remember that swagger? He was like, shut, whatever,
Yeah, that's a rich white man steak cutting.
Well, what about this? This is why it was not believable for Tony, and maybe for you as well, Mark. To me, Chris Rock looked like the you can't underestimate the little guy who happens to be the baddest cat in the jail.
That's true.
So he had the facial expressions. He looked like, man, don't mess with that. Everybody was getting out of the way. The only thing we didn't see was an example of him being that guy.
Yeah.
So like he should have been like, I can't believe Cookie would, and then just like stabbed homeboy.
See, I thought he was. I thought he was. I thought he was going to plant the fork in his neck or something.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
That you didn't have that example of how wild and violent this guy was.
Yeah.
That would have probably, sold the whole deal.
Yeah. Well, I guess they had to skip over thing because it was a one and done. It was a one-off thing for Chris Rock. The last episode, and that's it.
It's true, but he did have blood all over his clothes because he did beat up the guy. He did beat up her cousin.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, maybe something happened.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
Well, it's so now he knows that Cookie was the one responsible for him being locked up.
So Tony, just one sidebar too.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the halfway point in the show, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, Lucius is very important to this show.
Yeah.
Because without Lucius in the first half, I thought it did suffer a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like you kind of maybe undervalue even Terrence Howard, and then when they're together, it's really magic. But anyway,
yeah, that's true. That is true. So Cookie calls everybody and tells everybody get to Lucius Mansion. You'll be safe there.
Right.
So and Jamal's like, but why? Everybody wants to know why. She's just saying, just go. just go.
And her sister's crying.
Why are you crying like Tammy Faye Baker?
Yes.
Tasha Smith, who teaches acting, girl, you might need a refresher on that crying. That crying was,
it wasn't believable to you?
It was kind of but it was ghetto crying. Like it does seem like when you're dealing with with people for real, the for real people. Sometimes it does feel like you're in a sitcom, so maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, but
just delivered a head.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Cookie got that black box at her door, and she goes in, and she's more concerned about them kids playing with her wigs, until Carol tells her about the rose. Yeah. Then it starts to make sense. They open up the box, and there's their cousin's head in the box.
Damn.
And,
Am I living in a box?
Yes, you. So,
man.
Cookie does go to see Lucius. Mm-hmm. She does because she has to, because she's scared. She's trying to play it off, making comments about these little boys you messing with around, and Lucius is just laughing. And
Lucius had line number 2. Why are you looking like Mr. T?
But Cookie does tell Lucius about Frank, and you need to fix this, and Terrence. Lucius' whole demeanor just changes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he ain't no punk.
Yeah, it gets real. It gets real.
Tony, at the event when he said that the Mr. T line, did everybody laugh?
Yeah. Yeah. It was
She
a good. It was a good
looking
line.
like Mr. T. That's why they laughed. It was true. It was true.
Yeah. So Frank and Lucius have a sit down at the prison, the jail, wherever they are and stuff. And Frank says, Cookie's a snitch, and I got to do something about Cookie.
Yeah. I ain't got no beef with you.
Yeah.
This is about her.
Yeah. But Lucius tells him, if you got war with Cookie, you got war with me. Right? And so Chris Rock's like, Frank's like, wow. And then he stands up because his boys are in the room also standing all around. And Lucius went there by himself. Or so we thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Which he gave him. Frank was like, okay,
Yeah, I give you props. You came by yourself.
For that, by yourself.
Yeah. And, Frank says, kill him, make it fast and quiet. And he gets up to walk away, and Lucius like, basically he's like, hold on, partner, hold on one second.
Yeah.
Hold on one second, partner. I got something you might be interested in.
Yeah.
And he explains how he done hooked up everybody in the room who were Frank's boys, how he hooked them all up. One's got a sick child, one's mom needs a mortgage paid. One other guy, he's just in the music business and he's locked up. So he's like, just on GP, I'm down. So,
I'm a white guy. I play guitar.
Yeah, I played bass.
Studio session.
Yeah, I played bass on Play That Funky Music White Boy and back in the 70s and stuff. So,
and let this be an example for all kingpins who watch our show. Have a soft ear. Listen to those people around you, kingpins. Understand their wants and needs. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, he told him. He said, you wanted to run the jail, and I run the world.
Yeah, that's it. Lucius flips the script, and then he tells the boys, make it loud and long.
Right, which was the opposite of what
of Chris Rock said.
What
Yeah,
Frank asked.
Yeah, Frank asked. So it's like it's funny to hear Chris Rock, Frank yelling for his life in the background as Lucius leaves the room. No!
He still sounded like that giraffe in that movie. That's all I could think about. Oh, the giraffe got. Remember that giraffe that got killed in South Africa? Get that bridge.
Oh, damn, Tony. Troy, see, we've been working together too long because my mind sifted through the hard drive of jokes too. I was gonna say he sounded like Little Penny. I went back.
You went deep in the crates, man.
Deep in the crates. You went all the way back, man.
Oh, man.
Penny.
So Cookie tells the family that the ordeal is over, the ordeal that they just didn't understand. They didn't understand what okay, if it's over, well, we don't know what it was, but okay, it's over. So it is. And so after everybody's like, okay. Jamal says,
you know what, Tony?
Huh?
This is where I wanted to analyze. Is that the ghetto response? Like all of y'all almost got murked. Oh Lord, everything's fine. Is that really? And she didn't tell everybody what was going on.
No.
Which is not fair.
No.
Because if they came through that house, oh, you're not gonna tell us what's up, Mom?
Yeah.
That's messed up. All that was messed up right there.
Yeah.
But Troy, the answer after being in Baltimore for more than a decade.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo, what happened? Y'all was at the club and 18 people got shot and 9 people died? Yep. Y'all going Thursday? Yep. Okay.
Hey, Mark, move back over.
Anybody tell us?
Move back over to the left, man. So, all right, it's all good, man. So,
remember Troy when me and Troy hosted a club, and little did we know the guy who gave us our check every week was a kingpin.
He didn't know when he gave you the cash, man, you couldn't feel your fingers.
Story.
Wow.
Oh well.
Yeah, well, Mark's just.
He's shorter than us.
Hold on, Mark, because you're buffering, man, and well, I think we all know how painful that can be. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Did we lose him?
No, he's right there. Go ahead, man.
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So y'all were working for a kingpin and didn't know it, man?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't, Tony.
Yeah, man.
Of course we didn't know.
So after
You're right, Troy. He's
I don't know. Mark cut out again. So Jamal puts everybody out. Everybody get out the house. Get out of my father's house.
Great. We're all safe. All right, get the hell out of my.
And Rhonda was like, I will happily leave. just let me out of this house. you know. And Cookie slaps Jamal. She slapped the hell out of him, man. Like twice. And then he says, "You're done, lady." And then she tears up.
Yes. Well, she was trying to use that slate on. Pow, I'm your mother. Didn't you hear me? Pow. And he was like,
no.
Nah.
And he closes the door on Cookie like Michael Corleone did on Kay in The Godfather. Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that? Go back to that. It was the same scene. It was the same thing. The slow close, and right before it closed all the way, that face, you know, it's like, come on, man. And then he cries.
He did cry.
Come on, man.
Hold on. Okay. Strong long enough to close the door, Tony.
Man, that was your defining moment right there, man. That was your moment where you showed that you have the cojones, man. And then you start. I mean, there's nothing wrong with crying. Don't get me wrong, but that's not the moment to cry.
No, he cried into the other room.
Yeah.
Like he cried into the room and made a sound.
It's like wait till we go to commercial to start crying, man. Damn.
Well, it was good, and my mother said it best. My 81-year-old mother said it best. She said, and I quote, "This might be a real popular movie." Go ahead, Mom. I know she's got her finger on the pulse.
Nothing gets by her, man.
Jackie knows what's going on.
That's it. So what did I
got hoodlums and everything?
What did I miss, man?
I think we got it all, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony, I think Tony missed was
miss what?
Say it again.
I said what Tony missed, Troy, was that Boo Boo Kitty. He didn't appreciate.
Yeah, Tony. Well, I mean, look at that again.
It just didn't work for me, man. It didn't work for me. I don't know.
Was that over the like they went in for the kill for real with Mimi.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, Mimi pushed up on Cookie first.
Yeah.
And so in that moment right there, she just met her. She's like, okay, this woman likes to play on the same team.
Yeah.
So the fact that when you open up into the party and you see nothing but women,
yeah,
I was kind of like, oh wow, they're really not playing around about $250 million.
No.
Goodness gracious.
But how about the sister who came up to Mimi
yes.
and got dissed? Because she said something to the woman and the woman. She goes, "Well, I try." She's like, "You're trying too hard. Get out of here." I was like, "Damn! You talk about you can't dyke right. That's the one right there."
Right.
I was like, man, she couldn't do it right.
She couldn't do it right, and she had all the potential.
She had potential, but
the thing that we talked about this last season, but you really realize how hard it is to do this kind of TV.
Yeah.
Because if you watch HBO and Showtime, the season premiere of all those series is slow. You may have one thing that jumps out and you go, wow,
Yeah.
But it's a very slow and brooding path to drama. Right. Whereas on network TV, you got to hop out of the boat. And he did.
Yeah.
And he did. I mean, you got people watching it in bars. It's like a whole, there's a ton of pressure. Yeah. And I think I will give him credit. I think he delivered. I think at first I was kind of like but again halfway through I think when I was okay.
Yeah. Well, I think given people's boredom with network TV the last few years, he almost has to. He does have to. He has to step it up and make broadcast because he does have limitations. All right. Yeah. He walks up to the line on what can come on TV. He's right up to the line, and maybe he might have gone across it a time or two, but he's not cable, so he's got to find another way to hold on to people, and I think Lee Daniels does a great job with that.
Yeah,
you have everything is so compact. My only concern would be in terms of the storyline, like Mark alluded to, the fact that Lucius Lyons is the key to the whole story.
Yeah.
So, how far can you waver away from that part of it? If he's not there, then the show is not going to be that great. It's not going to be as compelling as when Cookie and Lucius have whatever's going on between them. So who's going to be the other catalyst that's going to be the big player in whatever they have going on? Especially when you're going to burn through guests like with Chris Rock. He only made it in one.
I mean, were you surprised that it was a one and done kind of thing for Chris Rock's character?
Well, I mean, it appears, if you look at the trailer for next week, it appears that Lucius is out of jail already.
Yeah, he is out of jail already. Yeah.
So it's like, well, you could have played with that theme a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Lucius is in jail, and they're going to have problems and all this stuff. I mean, it could have played out a little bit longer, but right. I get it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see another great premiere episode though for Lee Daniels and Fox. I think they hit it out of the park, man, with the season 2, episode 1 of Empire. The Devils Are Here.
Yeah.
So leave a comment down below if you go ahead, man.
Yeah, Tony Scott in Dallas hosting the party. You had my lovely wife Allison hosting along with Donnie Simpson in D.C.
Whoa.
You had me in New York. I was at the station. But
well, I will say this: I didn't host it by myself. My fellow announcers, KJ and Sean Andre and Keith Solis, we all hosted it together. Okay. And Shannon and Lynn Hayes and everybody on staff, we all got it. It was a collaborative effort. So I don't want to make it seem like I was the only one there, because I wasn't. It was a team effort.
Oh, speaking of the only one there, I was here in front of my TV.
Well, it's funny because I had to I watched it, but I wasn't able to take notes, so I got up this morning and watched it again on my app.
Fox Now.
Yeah, Fox Now, and made some notes, and then got ready for the show. So it's what we do, the links we go to deliver this program.
That's right.
Yes.
I watched it with my mom, and my mom at first was like, "Do you like this show?" She said, "Do you think it's exceptional?" Mom asked me that like 4 times. And I was like, "Well, I mean, and then by the end, she bought in, but I understand a black person wrote this show. Yes, Bob, a black person wrote this show.
Yes.
Hoodlums in it. It does have hoodlums in it.
The hoodlums.
There was a couple groans. There was a couple groans in the certain scenes. Mama.
Yes, the lesbian party that opened up with the women kissing and everything, and
don't let Mom start on that. Mama tell you that story about at church. The minister was looking at her funny, and she had to let her know. Don't be stepping to me.
It's interesting though, because at the party last night when that scene opened up, everybody was like, yeah, and then when Jamal and Duke were making out, they were like, like, what's the difference?
Right.
Yes, boy, Troy, look at Tony.
Yeah. What?
Look at God.
Tony, open-minded Tony.
No, I'm just like, there's really no difference. It was just 2 gay people kissing. 2 are women, 2 are men, but they're still kissing. Why you repulsed by one and not the other?
I just got a text message from Pope Francis. He approves, Tony.
Damn.
It's your open-mindedness.
Well,
he didn't approve. I mean,
Yeah.
He doesn't approve.
Yeah.
But he approved.
Yeah, okay. He didn't approve. He didn't approve, but he approved.
Yeah, just a slight approval.
Yes, that's what we say things. We didn't do something for real. You didn't do it. You say it twice, right?
Right. Exactly.
He loves her, but he don't love her.
Right.
What is that? She got a booty, but she ain't got a booty.
That's what you're saying about
Boo Boo Kitty. Yeah. So
Tony. I don't know, Tony.
So that's our episode of The Devils Are Here, the season 2, episode 1 of Empire. So if you want to leave a comment, you can. If you could share this, that would be awesome.
And we're looking for sponsors.
If you like
the next 2 weeks, if
you like to sponsor, get at us.
That's right.
Yes.
There'll be
and this is part of our empire.
Yes, it is.
We're doing multiple shows now.
Yeah.
We're doing Men on Empire, Men on Scandal, and then Men on Everything, where we talk about everything under the sun.
That's it. This is it.
Look at the empire we're building.
That's it. Now it's an empire, but it ain't an empire.
about that.
Yes. We will.
Let's be clear.
To put it in perspective, we will take a furniture sponsorship and just get some couches and be happy.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, because I'm sitting here in an empty apartment, so you know.
Trade outs are welcome.
My couch is broken.
Well,
It don't look like it, but it is.
Well, you getting that work in, huh?
Go ahead, Troy. My boy right there.
It's broken, but it ain't broken.
It is broken.
Oh, okay. You go, player. You go. Man.
Tony, I wish.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing to the channel on YouTube. And for Mark Clark in New York and Troy Johnson in Washington, D.C., I'm Tony Scott in Dallas. And we'll see you next week with this Men on Empire show. And we'll see you tomorrow for Men on Scandal.